Friends, welcome to the painting tutorial. This is my fourth tutorial, and in this tutorial I'm going to show how to paint landscape. And this time I'm going to show the sketching part of it. So I'll start with the sketch and then I'll do painting. In this painting as well, I'm going to use acrylic colors as well as the oil color. So let us start now.
So to start with the sketch, I have done couple of mountain peaks here. It's very easy to draw. Proportion on the canvas you have to determine based on your experience. There are various techniques people follow for the sketching. One of them is quite popular, is grid technique. In the grid technique you have to divide your canvas into the small blocks, and then the object or the kind of photograph of the reference also you have to divide in the similar grids of the lower proportion, and then you start drawing a block by block sketch. So here in this particular painting there are a couple of mountains and then some huts and the small houses and then the lake. So it's pretty much easy for me to draw without having that grid technique. Now I started sketching small houses and the huts. I'm not very particular or keen about like the right shapes and the lines, which I will anyway get it corrected during the coloring part of it. You keep on practicing the sketching, your assumptions and experience bring more accuracy to the sketches. And this is also a very good fact about the paintings. If you are very good in the sketching, your paintings are going to be really awesome. So like half of the job is done when you complete your sketch. If the sketch is not properly done, the entire painting will have an impact. So in this sketch you can see a very simple lines which are bringing kind of shape of huts and the tower. It's not very difficult. You can try and experience it. Now my sketch is pretty much done. You can see the mountain peaks and the huts and small houses and then the lake. So this is the color theme which I'm going to use for this painting. As I mentioned, I'll be using acrylic colors to start with, and then the water and the lake part I'll do it with oil colors. The main colors which are used are cadmium orange, cadmium yellow, blue, cobalt blue, yellow deep, sap green, titanium white, raw umber black, crimson lake, magenta and raw sienna. So these are the pretty much colors which I am going to use. So the colorful sky I started painting. I'm using orange and red and the blues to do a first layer of sky. The strokes which again I'm going to use are the crisscross strokes. I'm not very keen about the detailing as of now. First I'm trying to block the colors and the canvas. Now the sky portion is already covered with different colors. Most of them are like orange, blue, yellow. Now I'm putting some sort of detailing and the shape to the sky with the round brush of size 3, and slowly I'm pressing the colors to give the kind of bubbly effect to the sky. Now if you look at the sky is full of clouds, and I'm trying to use as much as white colors here. This will give a very bright and cloudy sky. To paint a sky, I'm going to create a video on it just for sky painting. So there are various techniques that we use to paint the sky. One of them you can see here. Some of them are done with the fan brush, some of them are done with the knife. So we can have one specific video on how to paint different skies. So now sky is pretty much done. Started painting mountains. The colors which I used for the base of mountain are black, ultramarine blue, and some white. So it's like very dark gray tone. I'll use different shades of this color by mixing white, titanium white to the base mixture. That will appear a kind of texture of a mountain peak. This mountain is going to have some sort of ice on it, so I'll use knife to bring that ice effect on the mountain. And now you can look at the different textures on the mountain. It's just because I added some sort of titanium white to the base color and applied. Not very keen or bother about the strokes. You can do random strokes which will basically bring more texture kind of effect here. Now the base is done. I started using the knife. I took some titanium white on the knife and just spreading it just like we do butter on the bread slice. So similar pressure that I'm going to apply here, and it will give a kind of very real effect of the ice on the mountains. So this needs some practice actually, so you can try this. If you are not able to do it in first go, you can then switch to the brushes. So using brush also you can bring this effect. Now you see the ice on the hill is quite appearing, and now I am putting some small strokes or vertical strokes with the dark black and the green colors. This will give an impression of the trees. Small trees are there on the hill actually. So this is pretty much simple. You mix black and green and just draw vertical lines with the round brush of size 1. Surrounding to the clouds, you can see the foggy effect, which is nothing but the round strokes with the white color. So this will bring kind of foggy effect on your painting. Now I started painting the houses. There are 3-4 colors I'm going to use. This one is like cadmium yellow and some sort of orange. Then I'll use raw umber, and then green, blue, and white colors. So we'll give different colors to the different houses, and it will appear a kind of a small village on the lap of these mountains. So what I do is like I just keep on putting those colors on the sketch, and once it is blocked, the huts and houses are blocked with the color, I'll start doing the detailing. So I'll use the lighter colors or the darker tone to draw the lines, bring the windows and kind of bricks and some texture to it. When you work with the acrylic color, it's like very good part of it is it dries very fast, and then you can do another layer within the same time, right? So you don't need to wait for long to get the things dry. This tower which I'm currently painting is going to be kind of center of attraction of this painting, so I'm going to spend some more time on this tower. Now first blocking is done for the village and huts, and now I'm going to use more brighter tones and some darker tones to do a detailing. So the more time you spend on this portion is going to appear more lively and kind of realistic. And this painting I'm going to keep a bit brighter and very different color tones. Usually I don't use this darker colors in my painting, but this I decided to use more darker tones so that it will appear a very eye-cheating kind of painting. So we are actually putting more and more details on the houses, and I really like this part of the painting because here you see the transformation happening from raw to actual huts and houses. So you can give more and more time bringing more detail in this portion. Now the upper portion of the painting is already done. I started with the water. In this portion I'm going to use zinc white, titanium white, ultramarine blue, black, and some colors which are used in the huts and house painting for the reflection. So the left to right and right to left, this kind of strokes I'm using is all horizontal stroke, nothing vertical, crisscross or any other stroke. So when you do a water, it is important for you to keep a trap on your strokes. Always use horizontal strokes to bring more realistic effect of a water. So you can see some of the blues I started mixing in the water and some botanical green, sap green color for the reflection. So left to right is bit brighter and right to left is a bit more darker, because of the shadow which is coming from the houses and the city or the village part of it. You can see my strokes are like horizontal strokes. I'm filling the gaps. I use some darker tones to show the flow of the water, and then I'm adjusting it with the lighter tones. I'm not very much focused right now on the detailing part of the water. I'm trying to see overall how it looks as a flow, and then later I'll do more detailing with the small brush. So right now I'm using a flat brush of size 4. Now I'm using same colors which we use in huts and tower, and just putting them proportionally to bring the shadow effect. After putting colors, use the big brush to just spread across vertically. So that basically gives a very proper reflection of any object in the water. So it's very simple. Just put those colors and spread vertically, and then do some strokes horizontally. So that basically creates the reflection in the water. Now I picked up a small brush and white colors. Just putting some easy strokes, small strokes on the water layer. This gives you a realistic view of water. Painting is already done. I'm going to add one more object to this painting. Is swan, white color. It was not sketched, but it's very easy to draw or paint directly. So you can also try putting some birds around it, or maybe duck. I'm sure everybody like to draw birds from their childhood, and I do also like birds. I already done many paintings on wildlife and birds, different birds, and like this is pretty much straight, not putting a lot of details as of now, blocking it with the white color, and then I'll use different tones of white to give more details. I'm using zero size round brush for this, and titanium white and zinc white. These are the colors which I'm using right now. This is my fourth tutorial, guys, and I request you guys to give me some feedback. What are all things you want me to paint and give the demonstration, or any improvements which I can bring in my videos, so please feel free to write. So this is pretty much done, and any paintings there is always a scope to keep on adding or correcting. There is a never ending process. You can keep on adding more and more and more details. Every time when I do painting, if it is taking a long time, so after every 2 hours or like I go to different place and then come back and do the painting again. So that when you actually go somewhere else and come back to do a painting, you get a different perspective of the painting, and then you can see what are all things which we need.
Guys, we have completed the painting now, and this brings to the end of this tutorial. Keep watching to my upcoming tutorials. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much for your time. Enjoy.